Hello there, traveler. Welcome to the castle. Or, I guess more accurately, Crystal's Absence by Arkie. I'd like to share my thoughts about a book I've read, if you're willing to indulge a dragon. Thank you, traveler. Let's begin. Ruin's Dawn is a novel written by Hugo Jackson and published by Inspired Quill. It is the third book in the Resonance tetralogy. Disclaimer. Just a quick heads up that this review will spoil some major plot points of the first two books in the series. This is in part due to the nature in which it is written, so if you're interested in checking this series out, I highly recommend reading the first two before diving into this one. The third book in the Resonance series, Ruin's Dawn, takes a slightly different approach to how it is written. Almost all of it, save for one section at the very end and some small dialogue snippets before each new chapter, is written as a flashback. This is primarily because the main character this time around is Feria's father, Aiden. We get to see the Emperor of Zyal from his time as a little mischievous fox kit all the way through the disaster at Nazriel. Aiden is humanized, and you get to see him be a young man with all the optimism and mistakes that come with that. This gives the book a sort of quality in reading it that you know approximately what is going to happen by the end of the book. The major events of the past have been hinted at or outright stated before in the previous books. The joy comes from the question of it all. How did Nazriel come to be? How did Aiden meet Osiris? What was Feria's mother like before she passed? All of these are answered in the book, and these answers are couched in the themes of knowing one's past to prepare better for the future. History has proven to be cyclical in more ways than one, and Hugo is using the additional information from Aiden's past to better inform the reader and Feria for the challenges she is sure to face in the final book of the series. And while the book is mostly a character study of Aiden, it could be argued that it is also a character study of Feria in some small way. Aiden raised Feria for most of her life, and as such, a lot of himself can be seen in her. Something else that I really enjoyed was the descriptions of the people in Nazriel working together toward a better society. It had a very commune kind of feel to it, with nations pitching in their own technology to help each other out, while the nations that always wanted it for themselves drove wedges of division into the city that helped to start a chain reaction that would later cause a global catastrophe. This book also has the first non-binary character, Elisir, in the series, and they are a welcome addition to the cast. I really enjoyed the scenes that had them as a part. The best way I could probably describe why I like them is that they sound like they would be good to just sit down and have a chat with. I wish we could have had more time with Kaya, Feria's mother, towards the end of the book as well. I still think there's enough there to provide a solid foundation for her motivations and character, but I was enjoying her ability to reflect Aiden's personality. I definitely wouldn't start here, although I suppose you could chronologically if you wanted to get involved with this series. There's a lot of background information that makes the story make more sense with the context from the first two books. Even so, I greatly enjoyed the read and am eagerly looking forward to the conclusion of the series. Until next time, curl up with a good book and be kind to yourself.